In my yard, I had an apple tree that one year was loaded with so many apples that it was unbelievable. And one day I was going through my yard and I happened to look at the apple tree, and all the apples in one section, like a 5-foot high section, all the apples were devoured. They were completely gone. So I set up a game camera and I left it up for 7 days, 7 nights. And when I took it down and put it on the computer, these are the pictures that I received from the camera. And both my wife and I, when we first saw it on the computer, said, "What in the world is that?"
Good afternoon, everybody. Morning, evening, whenever you are listening to this. Right now, I would like to tell you, you're about to listen to a little episode that is pretty much a dedicated scenario for what happened on September 3rd, 2010 by Frank Siecienski, and how he captured this strange chemtrail photo. Because, well, as you kind of heard in the beginning of Frank's story, he had an apple tree and he put the camera out. And as you kind of hear more about it, he put it there for 7 days and 7 nights, and he captured quite a bit of animals, but there was one part in particular where he noticed in the pictures that the animals seemed to be frightened of something and wanting to get out of the area really quick. And then for a brief 1 photo, 1 minute, a picture frame timetable, we captured this strange photo from Frank. And Frank couldn't believe it. But anyway, why am I talking about this? Well, we got to remember one thing. Before this became well known, Frank had contacted a detective. I think that would be a good way to put it, just for maybe you already know who I mean. But Steve Coles, who is known as the Sasquatch detective, he investigates. He's been on the law force, so we kind of know how to go about investigating this type of behavior. And he's been doing this for 30 plus years now. So we know his tale because of the whole finding Bigfoot on TV. But it wasn't until 2 years afterwards that they would know about that, because Finding Bigfoot reached out to Steve about this. Because Steve was trying to go through all the debunking himself. He was trying to recreate it as well. And hopefully Steve one day will be available to talk more on that as well, because I'd love to hear his side of it too, not just what we know. But I would like to also piece together the truth than the fiction kind of thing that's been going on, because we are in the internet world and everything is pretty much make-believe nowadays unless you hear it from the source themselves. Now, and Steve is the perfect example of the source. So we definitely know that because of the baby Bigfoot episode, I believe is what it's called. I cannot remember the life of me right now. I want to say it's season 3, episode 2, baby Bigfoot. But that is basically how it came to be. So enjoy this quick little thing of Frank's full story, and then when we come back, I'll be joined by Tessa and Darsh to help discuss what we look at this photo basically 15 years later. I hope you enjoy.
In my yard, I had an apple tree that one year was loaded with so many apples that it was unbelievable. And one day I was going through my yard and I happened to look at the apple tree, and all the apples in one section, like a 5-foot high section, all the apples were devoured. They were completely gone. So I set up a game camera, and I left it up for 7 days, 7 nights. And when I took it down and put it on the computer, these are the pictures that I received from the camera. And both my wife and I, when we first saw it on the computer, said, "What in the world is that?" And we got this picture of some creature. And it was estimated to be over 400 pounds. So right now I have a picture of a creature that everyone is telling me, and I think it is a female Sasquatch with a young.
Right there, I just see movement right through there.
So when I first look at it at first glance, it doesn't look like a bear to me. It doesn't. I don't know. It's giving me like Sasquatch vibes right off the bat, because obviously there's no gorillas where this guy lives, so it's no way it could be a gorilla, and this thing is massive.
All right, my initial thought on Frank's image is it is massive. It's totally not an owl. It is not a gorilla. It's not a coyote, and it definitely can't be a person in a ghillie suit, just because of the mass on this thing. And then, if you look closely, you can in fact see something like grabbing onto the what would be the left arm of this thing, almost as if something is hanging onto it. And it's just one of those things of what else could it be? And I much as I've tried to say I'm a skeptic to this cryptid stuff, but I mean, what else could it be besides a Bigfoot or Sasquatch?
At the first sight, the image causes confusion and curiosity. There seems to be something humanoid, and some may even think about a person wearing a costume.
Do you see anything resembling a bird, owl, coyote, ghost, or person?
Definitely not. And like you were saying, the thing is too massive to be a person in a ghillie suit. I mean, and the way that it's positioned, it can't be like any of those things, because they did this like recreation video where they tried to take a human being, a person, and pose them in the same position as the thing in the picture, and the person was significantly smaller than what the thing was in the image. I mean, the thing in the image was massive, so it's no way it could be a person. And I definitely don't see a bird or an owl or a coyote or a ghost. I don't see it being any of those things, because again, it's massive and it's not transparent. You can't see through it.
I don't see how it could be an owl or bird, because if you watch the episode of Finding Bigfoot with this and you see the area, there's no way that a bird or owl could land in front of this camera at the time, because it's just massive and open and there's no large branches or anything. And when you see the reenactment of trying to debunk this photo, everybody that tries to be right about the area where this thing supposedly was, they don't even come close because of the size of this thing. So there's no way it's a person, coyote. It can't be a ghost because it's not transparent. And it's just too large.
The second question is, do you see anything resembling a bird, owl, coyote ghost or a person. Yes, it feels like a humanoid figure that is bent and also have its frontal hands or limbs on the ground.
What I see after the photo, like after looking at it, if you like, I can see the smaller thing hanging onto the arm. Like at closer examination, you can see that there's clearly not one but two things in this image, and one is significantly smaller than the other. And like looking at the shape of the creature's head, it's not like a bear head. Like I don't see how that could be a bear. And like the patches of like fur or whatever that's missing, I guess, because it looks like it could be missing. I don't know. It looks like it's a crouching Sasquatch with a baby Sasquatch. That's what I see. Because going back to, like, for example, going back to the movie of like Harry and the Hendersons, I know like their rendition of like the Sasquatch and everything is pretty close to what I'm seeing in the image from the back. I could at least say that much. But like there's a part of the movie where like at the end where Harry's reunited with his family and they all like come out of camouflage or whatever, and they all look similar in shape to like this image. I don't know. I'm thinking Sasquatch, honestly. That's what my gut is going with. It's going with the seeing like, oh, it's a mommy Sasquatch with a baby. That's what my gut is saying.
Basically, seeing something like clinging to the arm. I mean, that obviously got to be a baby or some sort of smaller uh, Bigfoot Sasquatch thing. As far as the colors, it does look like it's either missing or maybe because of the way that the camera is set up, maybe some of the darker spots might signify hot or cold. It's hard to really say for sure, but I know some cameras can somehow radiate that type of color. So in this case, is the black signifying hot or cold? In this case, I'm wondering if it's warm, just because of the thickness of the, if it is fur or hair. I mean, either way, I mean, I don't know what it is, but if that's what it is, it's got to be warm there for sure. As far as the lighter color, I mean, again, is it hot or cold? I'm not sure, but again, if there was another image of this, that would have helped. But we know from Frank's story that he had the setup of the trail camera to take a picture every 1 minute. So if this creature was there for 2 minutes, we would have had another photo. But instead, this thing only was there for about a minute and got up and left. So, but if it was there for even that quick second of a 2 minute, we would have had another picture, but we don't. But that's basically what I would say it is, because it can't be anything else. Everything else just doesn't add up. It can't be a bear. It just can't be. We've seen plenty of photos of a bear that have been captured on trail cameras. And again, this can't be a ghost. This can't be an owl or anything. So again, I go back to, what is this?
I see what appears to be a CCTV footage screenshot that shows a humanoid creature.
I would say that it is some kind of proof that Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, exists. I would say, because like I was saying, I'm gonna go with my gut on this one, and I really feel like it's Sasquatch and like a baby Sasquatch. It's just what I feel based on what I saw in the image, like I think it is some kind of proof of it, which is amazing.
Yes, I would say this is proof. For what it is so far. I mean, if we could have gotten another image, that would have been amazing, but we didn't. But I am going to say that if this is in fact a Sasquatch that Frank had captured, then yes, this is very good proof, especially with the fact that it shows that there is a mother or some type of female Sasquatch that has a young with them. And it makes me wonder 15 years later if this tiny little guy or lady is how all grown up and has been seen. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but it kind of makes me wonder if this little one is all grown up now and has been seen. But how would we know? But if I had to say if this is proof, or even though I am skeptic about this, I would say if this is Bigfoot, then this is pretty good proof to me.
Yes, this is a proof, but considering that we are in the age of AI image creation, one has to make sure that this is not something created with an AI software. That's the most unfortunate thing about the current situation in the world. Even if something is true, we will have to prove that it is not made with AI. I have seen people daring real life news footage of floods and other things because of AI.
Honestly, I would like to see if somebody could actually capture like a closer view of, Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Like maybe even like a it would be really cool to see somebody capture like a facial like their like face like head on. It would be interesting to see if somebody could do that with like a trail cam or something, because who knows how many people have actually started like setting up random like trail cams and stuff ever since this um, photo was shown. This trail cam photo was shown. There's probably several people out there trying to capture some more evidence of Bigfoot. So I mean, I would like to see a more, I guess, more close up video of the Sasquatch, or an image of it, at least, like not with its back turned to us, but like facing towards like the camera per se, because we're always seeing it like run across like a forest in the background with trees blocking it, and it's quick and it's fast, or we see it cross it, we see what we think it is, like crossing like a field like in the background and it's far away, or we see like in this image where it's hunched over and its back is basically to us. So I guess that's what I would want to see, I guess.
I think what the Bigfoot world needs to do next is have GoPros either in front of them, behind them, both, or some sort of 360 camera around them, just to watch every angle when they're out in the woods. Because, I mean, let's just say, for the example here, like we see it all the time, especially on ghost shows. There's a guy holding a damn camera and they're reacting to, quote, something in front of them, unquote, and they're like, oh my God, you guys, I see this, you guys see that, blah, 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 oh my God, blah, 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 blah. But we never see it. So maybe we should try to have it attached to us and almost in a way where it's forgotten that it's there. Whether it's clipped on a hat or chest camera kind of thing, like a body cam. But I think it would also be a good idea to even have one strapped to our back, or again, if somebody can afford one, a 360 camera to capture every angle. And I think we could, in fact, get better footage that way. Otherwise, I think what people need to start doing now is going to one of those video analysis to basically determine that this is legit footage, because now with AI and stuff, it's going to be one of those, well, is this real or fake?
I would like the Bigfoot world to investigate this image and possibly check if the image is AI generated. If it is not, then we need to find the place and investigate in person. Even if it is not a creature and a human, it is still a concern for the residents living there.
Well, wasn't that something? Did you like what we had to say? I hope so. I mean, it may not be for everybody, but that's just our way of looking at it 15 years later. Currently, though, there have been some reports, and then it's been no report, but there have been something going on. But the problem, though, is people aren't really coming out to share their stories or encounters. And I would like to throw out there that if you have a story and that you would like to share with us, whether it's inside of the Green Mountain State or beyond, please reach out by visiting our website, hauntedvermont.org, and click on contact, because we would love to hear from you no matter what. If you have evidence to share, whether it be in photos, recordings, video, we'd also love to see that and hear it as well. And if it's alright with you, we would even love to put it on the website for others to enjoy and check out as well. Now, with that being said, BFRO website, bfro.net, according to them, they have had a total of 11 listings. The last recent report to them regarding the Green Mountain State was November of 2019, and the last posted was in August of 2019. That's a lot of years. That's 6 years from this recording. Now, again, what is going on out there? The only other question that I have is, if these aren't supposed to exist, are they flesh and blood? Are they paranormal? Yes, I don't know the answer. Yes, I look at all sides. I try to look at it as a whole, because in the end, yes, I agree, it should be a flesh-blooded animal. But when you start hearing these weird, ridiculous portals that disappearing paranormal aspect, I mean, could it just be maybe it's dropping down and what people and eyewitnesses call the spider crawl, which is creepy enough that this large primate is doing, and just sneaking away that way? Or are they in some sort of debris area where they're down enough to sneak out? And it just really determines on the terrain and the surroundings, I would think. But, I mean, then again, we hear people have followed footprints out into the field, and there's no trees within sight and yards and feet, and yet they somehow vanish. What is going on out there? Are we the ones manifesting these creatures into our existence? Or have they actually been here all along? It's hard to say. Is it both true or false? Is it one actual factual? What isn't? I mean, either way, like I just said, I look at both sides because you kind of have to. And for those that may not like to view it that way, well, and I guess that's just what is going on here. Until next time, everybody, keep your eyes to the woods, tree lines, wherever and keep them ears open, because you might be actually having an experience we're not even realizing it, because that is another whole factor in itself. Good night, everybody, and thank you.